Welcome everybody to the Cascade Stereoscopic Club July meeting. We are streaming to YouTube and Twitch. I'd like to welcome everybody who joined either in person or virtually. This is a big week for us because we'll be judging two different exhibitions, the Cascade exhibition and the PSA annual 3D exhibition beginning tomorrow night. And so anyway, the theme for tonight is ocean nautical, and then open projector, and Matt has some images I'm sure he's excited to show on open projector, and then we'll show part one of the ISU Code Folio 35. We'll talk about upcoming events and then just an informal social hour. So Matt, you're first with theme images. So
Okay, I'm just now pulling up the slideshow on rooms. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so for our nautical theme, this is Dionysus Leader, and I snapped this nice hyper on a pretty foggy day. This is in Richmond at the old rail ferry terminal. That's how they used to get cargo into San Francisco, and now it's just a fishing pier and ruins, and I thought the cargo ship made a nice backdrop.
Yeah.
And this is Kitty Cat. This is a tour boat at Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco, which is why there are so many people crammed on it. Looks like they were off whale watching. And this is a friend of mine. I'm not sure if I've shown this one here before. He took me sailing, but we didn't actually end up sailing. This is as close as I got. Him helping another sailor come in. I thought it made a nice scene.
Sure.
And this is a porthole. This was taken, gosh, 10, 12 years ago. It was taken on the USS Hornet. It's a floating museum now, an aircraft carrier. It's berthed in Oakland, and I thought there was a nice nautical theme to this. I took this with an early stereo smartphone, one of the HTC models, which had a narrow base, which worked out really well for this shot. There's a little bit of grain. It was about as well as the camera could do. And this is the Red Oak Victory. This is another floating museum. This is a Liberty ship. My hometown of Richmond built the Liberty ships, and this is the last one that remains. I forget how many we built, but we were knocking them out one a day. And I've been on this museum several times. I took this as a cha-cha on the ferry ride home. I thought the light was particularly nice. And speaking of the ferry, here's the ferry terminal in Richmond. This is the ferry to San Francisco. And yeah, I thought this composition had some nice balance. Here's more ferry shots. I think riding the ferry is probably as nautical as I really get. This is a shot that I took many years ago, maybe 15 or more years ago. of some construction at the ferry terminal in San Francisco. And here we are on the ferry. This is the Ferry Fest, which is something they do every year. This was the 2022 Ferry Fest, and fun was had by all, especially this guy who brought a selfie stick to record his own reactions. And I thought it made a nice through the window shot. And he was pretty oblivious to me sitting across from him. I forget what camera I shot this with, but I was very happy with it. And here's the ferry ride home. I took this one just a couple of weeks ago, and I feel like it really needs something floating in the water there to give another layer of the stereo. But regardless, I think it kind of captures the end of the day. And there's nothing really nautical about this one except that it has the word nautical in it. I took this one recently also. It's a cha-cha that I took on my lunch break walking around downtown Oakland, California. And I don't know what it means, but it's there.
Okay, thank you, Matt. And
Great.
Bob.
Hi guys. Hey Matt, can you refresh me on the Liberty ships? What's the background of that?
Yeah, the Liberty ships were cargo ships. They were transports essentially. They weren't warships. And they were built in Richmond on the West Coast. They were built in Richmond at the Kaiser shipyards. And I should know exactly how many they built because it was, one of those things that that they drill into you as a kid being raised here. Kaiser shipyards, one of 7 major shipping shipyards, and they built them faster here. And they built 16 carriers and they built 747 ships total in the course of World War II.
Wow. Thank you. This is in Bearskin Neck Wharf, Rockport, Massachusetts. They call this thing Motif Number 1, as you can see. It's a replica of a fishing shack from 1840. Sometimes they call it the most painted building in America. So there used to be a artist colony there. They might still have one there. So everybody was attracted to painting this. Just a closer view with a little 3D in front. And a fishing boat. This is the Nubble Lighthouse in York, Maine. This is a place called Perkins Cove in Ogunquit, Maine. Same place. I thought it was interesting how the boats are kind of lined up. This is the USS Cassin Young in Boston, Massachusetts. It was built during World War II. It was involved in 7 Pacific battles, and it survived 2 kamikaze hits. That is a anti-submarine torpedo launcher on it. That is a jellyfish at the New England Aquarium in Boston.
So it's interesting because when I first looked at this afternoon as I was setting everything up, before I read the caption, it looked like that was some sort of astronomical thing because the lights looked like stars in the background, and
Yeah.
and so it's an interesting shot that can be interpreted multiple ways.
Could be a Hubble shot. Yeah. Same aquarium. I think there's a scallop and a starfish and some kind of fish there. This is called the Aquidneck. It's in Newport, Rhode Island. We took a ride on that sailboat. And this is a guy trying to bring in the jib in the wind. This is the USS Arizona Memorial in Hawaii. It's built right over the remains of the Arizona battleship that was sunk. And that's part of the USS Arizona. It sticks up above the water.
Oh, wow.
It was sunk by the Japanese, Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. Struck multiple times. One of the bombs detonated the forward ammunition magazine, which created a massive explosion, and 1,177 crewmen died. And some of the survivors have their ashes interred in the wreckage. And that is a black sand beach, main island in Hawaii. It's made of basalt from the lava from the volcanoes.
Okay, thank you, Bob. And Ken.
Okay, these are pictures from the Monterey Bay Aquarium. It's located on the site of the former Hobden Cannery, a historic sardine cannery on Cannery Row. See how many times I say cannery. Cannery Row, originally named Ocean View Avenue, was the heart of Monterey's sardine canning industry in the early 20th century. The Hobden Cannery, one of the largest and oldest on Cannery Row, was a major part of this industry. Cannery Row was immortalized in John Steinbeck's novel of the same name. The aquarium opened in 1984, was transforming the former cannery into a world-renowned attraction. And it's an aquarium, so they have fish. This picture of some of the fish. And this is a view of the aquarium that kind of wraps around the little bay there. They've got sea otters and seals, things like that that play very far away from a stereo camera. There's a whale suspended from the ceiling. And a coral reef with some kind of sea creature in the middle of it. Here's a kelp forest. And I include this for Mark. There's an anemone. I wouldn't know what an anemone was unless I heard it from Mark Wilkie.
It's a really nice shot, Ken.
Yeah, good subject too.
Better to have friends than enemies.
Okay. Okay, and David.
Yeah, I've got some pictures from a couple of trips we took to Kent Island, Maryland, which is in the Chesapeake Bay. And the first few of these are W3 pictures taken a few years ago. So the lining up of those posts is always good for stereo, of course. More posts with flat tops this time. It's basically it's a small island, not much there, but we like to stop. There's a couple of good seafood restaurants there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good reason to stop.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Nice color in those shots.
Oh, thanks. It was a nice sunny day. Yeah. And another one with a duck. And this, you can always see a lot of nice big boats there. And I took this picture because either this guy had very unreliable engines or he was trying to overcompensate for something. I don't know. It was an interesting boat. Okay, the next ones of these are with my Beam Pro last year. I had just gotten it, so I took it over there to try it out. And it's a boat. There's some tour boats there and private boats, and it's a different part of the island, but it's similar types of posts. More posts and a narrow little pier sticking out there. Yeah, back to the sightseeing boats. And since I just got the Beam Pro, I decided to experiment with it. So the sun was going down, so I just pointed it right at the sun to see what would happen. And this is just unretouched picture. I didn't try to do anything to it. I could have, well, actually, I played with darkening it up a little, but I left it untouched for this, except for a little cropping.
Wow.
And same with this. Because the W3 would not handle this at all. It just ballooned out the whole image, of course. But the Beam Pro sensor could actually handle a sun.
Okay, so thank you, David. And Peter, so we had talked about this, so I'll show your image, and then you should have permission to share your screen and show the video.
Okay, thank you. This boat is the Edmund Fitzgerald, which sank in Lake Superior in 1975 in a very stormy sea in Lake Superior. And should I go ahead and play the 3D thing?
Go ahead and play it.
All right.
And when you share your screen, you'll need to share the sound as well.
Gordon Lightfoot made a song out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a long time before I knew what the song was really about.
I've got the song on YouTube sitting here on pause by Gordon Lightfoot. All right, what do I want to do? Screen one. I have it ready, but I'm not familiar how to operate all this.
Oh, this is a painting. See, there's a signature down there in the lower right.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe a diorama or something.
Yeah, I just was wondering too.
But it's probably, he converted it.
Yeah.
Painting
Here,
converted.
this might be it, kids. Oh, I guess I'm on the wrong screen to see it. Sorry, guys. Let's start it over again. Can everyone see that side-by-side pair?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you make it full screen?
I think so. Full screen.
Top right.
Went to the wrong button. Top right.
There you go.
Ah, thank you. I'm learning stuff all the time. Okay, play it again, Sam. So obviously that's a painting, not someone was out there on the lake that night. That part was done by AI.
Oh my God.
I also have it in anaglyph. Would you like to see it in anaglyph as well?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me get out of the screen. Whoops. I don't know what happened there. Have to Okay, Anna. This should be the anaglyph version, everybody. Oh, it isn't. Oh, there it is. Okay. Can people see that as an anaglyph?
Yes.
Yes.
And I tried to AI what it was kind of like that night out there.
Which AI did you use, Peter?
EASUS, EASEUS.
And did the AI do the 3D conversion as well then, or what was the process on this?
The AI, no, the AI, I used Immersity to get it kind of bulked in, and then I had to fix it up to get it to look decent as a 3D flat picture. Then I turned the flat, let me see if I got this straight. I turned EASUS's video, which is a 2D video. I entered it into Immersity where they have a 3D function in that, which will turn your video into 3D. So I use the Immersity video along with the, that's it, the 3D part. And if nobody's heard it. Can you hear that?
Yes.
I hear the vocal.
This
Yeah.
is the song about it by Gord Lightfoot. A good shipping crew was upon to be chewed when the gales of November gave a hurry. Ship was pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most. With the crew and the captain last season, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left Manila for Cleveland. Then later that night, when the ships fell in, to the deed and the wind they feeling.
Very creative, Peter.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You can see I didn't pay for it because I got Immersity watermarked all over it. So that's it.
Okay.
Let me kill the music, kill everything here.
Very impressive, Peter.
And other than myself, thank you.
That's very high tech. I haven't done anything nearly as impressive as that.
Well, I've kind of fallen in love with this crap, unfortunately. So I
You're
do
an early
other
adopter.
early adopter. So I just start doing vintage images of Toronto and street scenes and you name it. People, and so I'm trying to, I used to do just a 3D slideshow. Let me get rid of this. I'll stop sharing the screen if you want. Or I'll play once more just the normal version, full 3D version. So I used to do 3D slideshow where I'd show the 3D picture, then show it with text to say what it is, and then that was it. And I've adopted now trying to add a nice little video to go along with this in 3D still, because of Immersity that'll convert the flat 3Ds in videos into 3D. And it turns out to be about a 16, 17 second little movie. And you can put them all together in the editing program and dissolve them and so on, and makes a cute little show. At least I think they're cute.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you for
Peter,
It's getting
you said
better
that-
and
Thank
better.
you for paying attention.
Thank you, Peter.
Peter, you said that was a painting. Did you give the painting to the AI and say, work with this and rotate it? Or did you just tell the AI to come up with the image?
I searched the internet, found the painting just on the internet, flat, ordinary painting. And then I would make that into 3D. And then I would enter the flat picture into AI, into ESIS, who made it into a little video. And I had to do a few. Once the C was no good, you have to talk or you type in what you want changed. So I'd say rough C, and the first one I tried, the boat was dead stationary, like it was on a rock, and it didn't look right. Then I said boat pitches with the waves, and got about the third one in, I got it so it looks like this one, which is decent.
I'm impressed the way it started out with kind of a side view and then rotated
Yeah.
to almost a front view. That's
Yeah, that's just what the AI did. I didn't ask for that. But I did do a freeze frame on the beginning to get us into the video. So it was frozen start of the video, and then frozen last frame to get out nicely to black.
okay.
And part of my searches I'm trying to do in the Minneapolis is to get myself a 3D camera that will take MP4 videos with decent parallax. That's all I'm looking for. Cheap. Because I was going to go out on the streets of Toronto and forget AI, just sit there and take pictures of things happening and do the same thing only with natural 3D, which will look a lot better than AI because it'll be totally natural and no artifacts. So that's my quest when I get to Minneapolis. That is
Sounds
all.
like an X-Real Beam Pro might be in your future.
That's what I've been told. And I have one coming this week
All
to
right.
take there to get someone to set the frigging thing up because I hear it's an idiot. So it should arrive during this week, and I'll take it to Minneapolis and have some expert like George look at it, if he will.
Great, that's a good choice for what you want to do, street photography.
And it does have decent parallax on the lenses.
Yes.
Oh, good. It's not like a little close-up thing.
Oh no.
I don't want to take flowers or anything. I want to take street scenes and stuff, most of it. Thank you for the confirmation of the suggestion I got.
You can also get fairly close with it, not real close, but closer than you could with a W3, for instance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Does a W3 do MP4 videos as well? Because I do have a
Does something
And
like that. I forget
Fuji
what the format
too.
is.
Yeah, it does have.
Fuji does AVIs.
and you can convert an AVI into.
Right. You use, if you use like Magix or some other video editing that knows it, you just put it in and it pops up as side by side.
Oh, good. So if all fails, I can just use my little Fuji W3 for that. Same idea.
You can. It's not full HD. It's 720 HP, which isn't bad at all. But keep that in mind if you're going to blow it up on a large screen.
Yeah, mostly this won't be on too large a screen, just TVs.
Hey, Peter, put your email address in the chat. I made a Word document, kind of compiled all the hints and things everybody was talking about for that to get it set up and running. I can send that to you. It might help you out.
Oh, thank you, Bob. That would be great. So am I off my screen yet?
No, you're
No.
still sharing. There should be a red button on the top that you can click to stop the screen sharing.
Okay, a red button on top.
Or I might be able to. I can stop it.
Oh, sorry,
There
I
you
see
go.
it. Stop. I just saw it. Thank you. And I'm gone now?
Yes. Well,
Oh, great.
your screen sharing is gone now. You're just in the gallery like everybody else.
Thank you. Yes, I'm sure everyone's sick of looking at this ship. Not that they're not sick of looking at my face, but
Okay. Well, thank
Yeah,
you, Peter.
nice job.
thank you, guys and girls, if any girls are out there.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one. Or two,
Oh, okay.
two of us.
All right. I will stick my message. What am I sticking in there? My email to
Yeah.
Bob. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. So.
If others want to do this, I'd love to see their versions of all this.
Yeah, you will.
You would
I'm
great.
inspired. I'm inspired to try this myself.
Oh, thank you. And if anyone has questions to ask me, I'll tell them everything I know, which won't take more than 30 seconds.
Okay, so I have some images to share. People may have realized that I've been playing a lot with Midjourney, which is an AI image generator. And so basically I've been showing these Midjourney cats for several months now. So I generate the image with Midjourney, and then I use Owl 3D to convert them to 3D. So.
Oh my gosh.
Right, detail on the fur there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I've been very impressed with the quality of what I've been getting out of it.
Oh.
And so, and sometimes you don't get what you ask for or expect, but sometimes it's good anyway. I said cats playing beach volleyball. I expected there to be a net. Well, no matter how many times I asked, it didn't give me it gave me some with a net, but they didn't look like good images like this one. So this was my favorite of all of them. So you take what you can get with AI. And so basically I was really impressed with this one. I said I wanted a photo of a cat surfing, and I thought
It's got a rudder.
I feel like it's missing the tail.
no, I think that's the tail.
Yeah, it is the tail.
It's
Yeah.
probably
End of it's
partly covered with surf, but Owl probably separated them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and Owl doesn't always do a great job, but rather than trying to correct it, I just take what I get.
Can you tell Midjourney to make the background as sharp as the foreground?
I believe you can. I generally haven't. I've generally liked the blurry background, but I've seen photos where it does give you a very sharp background. So.
That would be a little better for 3D.
I suppose. I don't know, this works out though.
And so anyway, I've been putting together a book on Midjourney cats, and it's a PDF on the internet, and anybody can download it and print it out, or just look at it on the screen.
You have to check that out.
So basically, midjourneycats.com. And so I'll leave that QR code up for a little bit if
Yeah.
somebody wants it.
Let's see where's my code.
And basically, this is a work in progress. So this was I basically every time I have new image is to put in it, I just update it. So you know, next week there may be a new version up there. So just keep checking back.
Herb, I hope you post a half-width side-by-side slideshow of these on YouTube to accompany this book. I'd love to show these off to friends and family here.
Okay, well, I will
Consider it.
consider that. Yeah.
No hurry. I know people would love to see these.
Okay. Request noted. So, anyway, Mark.
Right. So one thing I like to do is keep an eye on the tide table, and when there's an exceptionally low tide, I like to go early in the morning when the tide is low and take some tide pool pictures. So this is off the Oregon coast. This is about 3 weeks ago. There was a minus 2.5 foot tide, which is about the lowest this year. And so it started out a little foggy, like you see here, but pretty soon it cleared up and got some good marine life pictures. A lot of seaweed that normally isn't visible there.
Yeah, we're getting some feedback somewhere.
Yeah, I'm hearing that too.
So I mean, somebody's mic's picking it up. What?
Probably mine. I'll turn it down.
Yeah, if people mute when they're not talking, that might solve it too.
So there was kind of a natural little cave here that the water was coming in waves, and had a few starfish on the sides there and a few anemones. I don't have any pictures of anemones quite as amazing as the one we saw a little bit ago there, though. I guess these are the Oregon coast style anemones.
Yeah, nice deal with the spray. Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Cool.
Yeah, those suction cup looking things, those are anemones, right?
Yeah, the green ones are the anemones, yeah.
Yeah.
They look totally different when they're underwater, but when they're out of water like this, they sort of fold up and just look like donuts hanging on the wall there.
Right.
But there's some shots coming up of them underwater too, though. So, but yeah, 2.5 feet below zero tide exposes a lot of creatures that normally aren't out of the water like this.
So how long can a starfish be out of the water and stay alive?
I'm not sure. These tides, it's several hours that the water is out, so they must be able to survive for quite a few hours before they dry out. And there's a pool with some of the anemones opened inside the pool, and then starfish and other anemones up above.
Some barnacles. What part of the coast did you go to, Mark?
This is by Lincoln City.
Lincoln City.
Yeah. And that's another type of anemone. When they're out of the water again, they sort of fold up, but some of these sag way down like that. I thought that was an interesting shape on that one. you can see some in the water. They have their little tentacles out when they're underwater like that. I don't have any special underwater equipment, so shooting and avoiding reflections in pools like this is very difficult. But once in a while, a shot comes out that is viewable anyway.
Right.
Now we're zoomed in real close. This is a kind of a bug, I guess. It's called a sea slater. And these guys scurry around on the rocks. They're about 1.5 to 2 inches long. And I guess they just eat material that's decomposing on the rocks there. But I thought they almost looked like prehistoric creatures.
Yeah. Trilobites.
Yeah. And this is the tiniest little crab I've ever seen. Just for reference, Herb, if you want to go to the next picture and then come back, I took a flat picture. That's my finger, and that's the crab in that previous picture. So that's how small he is.
That's pretty small.
Yeah. But he was just walking around there waiting for his picture to be taken. I didn't think to shoot a 3D one with the finger for reference there, so that's just a phone shot there. And some of the anemones have some interesting colors. These have kind of pink tentacles around the edges. Again, these are very small. This is a close-up shot.
Yeah, neat.
And some more anemones underwater this time.
I imagine when they're out of the water, you can do a cha-cha, but in the water, you probably want a synchronized shot, right?
Yeah, they don't move too much. I didn't show any pictures of sea urchins tonight, but I found doing cha-chas of urchins, those are the ones with the little spiny points that stick out. And those spiny points are continually moving, so when I got home and was mounting things up, I realized that between the two shots in the cha-cha, the points moved and it kind of ruined the shot. But the anemones are pretty still, though. I don't think they move, so a cha-cha probably would work on them.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt.
Hello. Okay. I just have 4 quick slides because I want to show off a new 3D projection system that we set up and used for the first time last week. This is the setup. A couple things. You see a small little screen in front of a big screen. We had to do that because that's a white screen behind it in this theater, and we needed a silver screen, and we used our portable 6-foot screen, which is ancient. I don't know, 60s, 70s, I don't know what the vintage of this thing is, but still works great. We weren't expecting to be in this big theater. We're usually in a smaller room, and so I wasn't sure how the keystoning would work with the screen up that high. But everything worked out great thanks to these projectors. Herb, if you want to go to the next slide. These are Epson EX9240s, if anyone's interested. We bought them refurbished for about $500 each. They're really nice projectors. They got a lot of nice features, very bright, great optics, optical zoom. And the big thing that I really like about them is they have very sophisticated keystone correction controls. They have a feature called Quick Corner that lets you just really manipulate the corners of the image to get everything square. And of course, in 3D projection like this, aligning the projectors is the hardest part. I designed a very precise alignment stand for the top projector. Didn't use it at all because the keystone correction in these projectors is so accurate. And the polarizing filters, these are circular polarizing filters. You can see I just taped them right over the lenses. These are very cool lenses, whatever the LED technology is that they're using, they seem to generate no heat. So these thin little filters didn't melt or catch on fire or anything like that. Let's see the next slide, Herb. And yeah, here's the turnout. This was about halfway through the presentation. This theater is actually an old decommissioned church, and those are church pews people are sitting on. Very unforgiving. Not everyone made it through the whole show, but you can see the projectors there in action. That's a $24 wire shelf that we used as a stand with a 10-pound weight on the lower shelf for stability, and that worked exceptionally well also. I'm in talks with this organization to buy a permanent large silver screen. These projectors, according to my calculations, can project up to 25 feet, and they have this huge space, so I'm going to keep leaning on them for that. And then the last photo in this slideshow, the organization is the Internet Archive. You might be familiar with them at archive.org, and their headquarters is the old Church of Scientology building in San Francisco. It's a bizarre building, kind of like the Winchester Mystery House. And if you work there for 3 years, they make a half-height mannequin of you, and they put it in this theater. It's very creepy, and this is a photo of some of them.
I was wondering about this.
I was too. I was wondering why those people were lined up against the wall.
Yeah, and some of them are kind of realistic.
Yeah.
It's a little unsettling, but it's their tradition. So, yeah, that has nothing to do with the projectors, but everything to do with the space.
So Matt, what software are you using to drive the two projectors?
So at this point, we're only doing slideshows. So I'm just using Stereo Photo Maker. The two projectors are plugged into a laptop, and the desktop is extended across the two projectors. Okay. And I run Stereo Photo Maker full screen. I'm showing full width side-by-side JPEGs, and that's really all it takes. In October, we will be presenting our first 3D movie. We're going to be showing the 1953 cult classic Robot Monster on Halloween Eve. And I'm not sure exactly what software I'm going to use for that, but that'll be the next upgrade to this system.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Thanks, Herb.
Yeah, Cascade Stereoscopic Club used to do something very similar using, basically, a two-screen system, on a laptop that, actually it wasn't a laptop, it was a desktop with a graphics card that gave you an extended thing and basically used two projectors. And basically we'd spend 15 minutes every time we had to set it up, because we couldn't leave the thing set up, because it was in image 3D, which was, a manufacturing floor during the day. And so we'd spend 15 minutes getting the projectors aligned every time.
Right. In addition to a permanent silver screen, I'm really encouraging this organization to, and they want to set up their own permanent 3D projection systems. So I'm still pitching them on that, but that would solve my problem. Wouldn't have to set up at all.
Yeah. So basically, for people who don't know, I'm a member of the Internet Archive. I contribute money to them every year. But basically, I really wish they would do some of their 3D presentations over Zoom with some sort of sharing, either Twitch or YouTube or something, so that we could watch the presentations. So maybe you can use your lobbying influence to encourage that.
I think that's a great idea, and I will do that.
Yeah, I've gone to some of their book talks, their book talks are all, or maybe I don't know if all of them are, but many of their book talks are available virtually.
Yeah. Well, and Brewster, the founder of the Internet Archive, was at the show, and I had met him before. and he had a great time. So I'm assuming that portends good things for future stereoscopic shows at the Internet Archive.
Okay. Well,
I'm a member of Archive It, which is based on the Internet Archive, and boy, they are very supportive of patrons. I went on it and I did a search on Stereoscopic. I found absolutely nothing, and I researched it, and then so there is a section now on Stereoscopic under Archive It. And if you wanted to see that, what it archives is internet websites. So if you want to take a look at things like, the Stereo Photomaker website or Susan Pinsky's website, StereoPix is another one that I called Notable Stereo. But I have, for all the groups, I have archived their websites as of a certain day, and I can run it at any time. But every year, I did this during the pandemic, and every year since then, they've been very generous and, renewing my subscription annually at no cost. So
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I'll add that the Internet Archive doesn't charge us anything to use the space, and they do their own promotion for the events, and that's a big change from how it is down here in the East Bay. Renting like a room at a community center or a shared space is quite a bit more expensive than it was before the pandemic, and now they generally require event insurance as well, which is an additional cost. So for this organization to host us for free is fantastic, and they seem very grateful to have us there.
Fantastic. Wow.
When I was doing events, we used to get insurance for the whole year, and it would cover certain types of events at any venue. And it was a lot cheaper than going for individual insurance for individual events.
That's good to know. Yeah, I'm sure the Internet Archive has their own insurance too. But if we do have other venues coming up, and that's good information to know. And one last thing, we'll next be using these projectors for a show at the Oakland Museum of California in August, and then we've got that Robot Monster screening in October.
okay, thank you, Matt. Okay, so basically, what I'll do is I'll show the ISU code folio, the first part of folio 35. It features these 7 clubs. I think Cascade is in the third part, 35C. So basically, I'll show 35A tonight, and then in future meetings, I'll show the second and the third part. So basically, what I need to do is start out by sharing my screen. So just give me a second, and I need to make sure to share the sound. So let me share, and then let me start it playing. Okay, so that was folio 35 part 1. And so let me move on. So basically I just wanted to announce that was up in the air. You're muted.
I'm sorry, I wish to know the answer to that, but ask Signe and Jerry.
Okay.
We can't say definitively what it is, but generally you do have to pay for each day you're there. There is a daily fee, but I think the full conference fee, if you want to attend 2 days, you might as well pay the full conference
so
fee.
I have paid the full conference fee, but basically it sort of seems strange that if you just want to attend the 3D division dinner, you'd have to pay for another day, because that would be potentially enough to discourage people not to.
Right. Except that it's generally, if you're a PSA member, I think the conference registration for the whole conference is only $200.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's pretty
basically,
cheap.
I basically registered, during the early registration period, so I got in, at that discounted rate. So now information for people who are interested in that. And the non-star competition, the deadline is a week from today. You do need to be a PSA member to enter that, and you need to have not earned any stars in PSA 3D division exhibitions. So if you've earned lots of stars in photojournalism or nature or any other divisions, but none in 3D, you can still enter. But the entry fee is a bargain. It's free, and they will be awarding 3 medals, a gold, silver, and a bronze. So you're not going to find a deal like that anywhere else that I know of. I'd be tempted to enter, except I can't because I'm the chairman. Anyway, and if you want to join the PSA, you can join with a digital membership. If you join with a digital membership, you don't get a printed journal, but you can download the PDF journals and read them on your own device. And so that's $45 a year, $65 a year if you want the printed journal included. And, anyway, next month, so once a year we have the Cascade exhibition, and the meeting after the Cascade exhibition, we show the accepted entries, winners, and HMs. And so because of the time difference for people on the East Coast, normally the first thing we do in our meeting is show the theme and then the other things. But for the Cascade exhibition, that will be the first thing on the program. So if you want to view just the exhibition and don't care about the rest of the meeting, even though it's going to be a great meeting, I'm sure I'll have some more cat images to show. But anyway, the theme is gardens and gardening, and then open projector. We always have open projector, and then talk about upcoming events and social hour. And September, basically the theme is weather, and then we'll show part 2 of the code folio. I'm not showing part 2 next time because with the Cascade exhibition we'll have a pretty full program. And so that's what's upcoming for the next 2 meetings. And so at this point the meeting is officially over. Basically I'd like to encourage anyone who wants to hang around to just hang around, and we can talk about anything that anyone would like to talk about.
Yeah. You know, real briefly, and I don't want to take up everybody's time, but since we're doing the judging tomorrow and all of us are involved in that are here, I floated the idea of 5 p.m. tomorrow. Hey, Mark, does that sound all right? I didn't want to crowd your appointment or nothing.
Yeah, 5 p.m. should be fine.
How does that sound to you, Les?
Sounds good.
Sounds good? Sounds good to you?
Yeah, I mean we could go as early as 4 if you wanted to.
Okay, I know Mark said he had an appointment at 2, so I didn't want to crowd that.
So certainly 5 works.
Yeah, and shall I bring Pete? You know, I could bring a Papa Murphy's. It'll be economical. Just tell me what type. We'd be baking it here, if that's all right. Not so much.
Well,
all right, not a problem.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you see the size of the ovens that we have.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Basically, so they did something that I would not have done if I designed the kitchen. Instead of one big oven, there are 2 little ovens. Okay, which basically makes it hard to fit a pizza in it.
All right.
But
I'll take a look.
There was one time that my wife wanted to try it, and the pizza dough wouldn't fit, so we cut it in half and baked half on 2 different shelves, and the cheese, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll figure something out. You know, there's Round Table. There's other places too. You know.
Okay.
If you guys want to, you guys like pizza?
That's fine.
Sure, we'll sort something out.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know Mark does not like fruit on pizza, so I'll avoid that.
Good memory there.
Yeah.
Gary, this is Lee Pratt.
Hey,
Can
Lee.
you hear me?
Yes.
I sent a private email to you to answer the email you sent to me.
Okay.
So look at it.
Will do.
Okay, and basically I'm happy to hang around as long as other people are interested in hanging around, but I wanted to remind everybody that if there's anything that you want in the chat, save the chat before you leave the meeting, because when you leave the meeting, the chat is bye-bye. But anyway, I don't know, anybody seen any interesting new 3D Blu-rays?
I just got an email from that turbine company that's coming out with the collector series, and they've just announced they're coming out with 3 new ones: Fast and Furious 10, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and Trolls Band Together. That's numbers 17, 18, and 19 in their series of collector editions. I think they're going to be available in August 14th is the date there.
Okay, so I assume you can pre-order them.
Yeah, and if you order all 3 of those together, there's a discount too.
Yeah, okay. So basically what I've been taken to doing since, you know, 3D movies, if you don't order them when they come out, you know, you may never be able to get them. So basically what I do is I order them even if I know they're going to be crummy, just because, well, it's 3D.
Yeah.
Trolls Band Together is a pretty good 3D movie. I think that was available in the U.S. Probably not anymore. And Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is actually a really good movie, better than you might expect. And I'll be getting that one. That I regret not having seen that in 3D.
So where is Puss in Boots? Is that from Turbine or somewhere else?
Turbine. I'm looking at the Turbine Shop website right now.
So it's really strange because I've ordered from them, but for some reason, even though I've requested to be on their mailing list, they never send me anything. So, and then if people don't send me spam, I don't remember to go back and look. So thanks for the reminder. And
I'm kind of like you, Herb. I've ordered all 3 of those already. I don't know if they're going to be any good or not, but I feel like I got to get them while they're available.
I bought their Mission Impossible Fallout, and I thought it was very good. It seemed to me to be a studio conversion, not like an amateur thing. So I was very pleased with it.
Yeah, I think all these are from the studio as 3D originals. I don't think they're just conversions.
Probably, I think a lot of these are the only opportunity we'll have to ever see them in 3D.
Yeah.
There are a number of 3D movies at the theaters now. I've seen most of them. Mixed feelings about how good they are.
Which ones have you seen lately?
Oh, let's see. The last one was Fantastic Four.
Oh.
It's out. Jurassic World. Lilo and Stitch. How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Elio or something like that. I did not see that one. And they're supposed to release the original Jaws in 3D at some theaters later this year. I've seen it at one theater one time. I've never been able to buy a copy of the original Jaws in 3D.
Not Jaws 3D, but the original Jaws in 3D.
That's correct. I have Jaws 3D in 3D.
Interesting.
What's the picture behind you, Lee?
That's a shark. You're going to need a bigger boat. I'll need a bigger boat, yes. That's a bad hat, Harry. That's from that movie, too.
Hey, Herb, how is David doing?
Well, basically, several of us have tried to find out and have been unable to get in touch with him.
Yeah.
So basically, Julene tried calling both his home and his mobile phone today, and then Les, I think, said he tried calling today, and there was no answer at either of them. And basically, David is normally, he enters every exhibition, and he always waits till the last minute. And I always tell him, don't wait till the last minute. Something may, come up. But he waited till the last minute, and then he didn't enter. So I'm not sure if he's still in the hospital or what his condition is.
Yeah, I did return his voice message to me, but I didn't hear back. I called and left a message for him.
How many entries did we end up getting for Cascade?
31, I believe. So if you actually go to the entry website, the PSA now requires us to post the list of everybody who's entered. So if you go, actually, you can't enter anymore, but if you go to the entry page for either the PSA 3D or the Cascade, you can see the list of entrants.
Usually you have to click on status.
I think I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't know you're supposed to have to make people work for it. It's just.
I don't. Yeah, I guess I didn't remember
Status,
that. It
yeah.
seems like I looked. I found it. You know. I was curious and I found it. Yeah. Well, here's a 3D thing, and you can laugh me out of the room if you like. I've got a PC at home that's outfitted with the old NVIDIA 3D Vision equipment, and I've had that working under Linux for a while, But of course, there never were very many applications in Linux. And I went ahead and I ordered an old copy of Windows 8 with the whatever they call the confirmation code that shows you own it. Because it seems like when they went from Windows 8 to Windows 10, they dropped a lot of native 3D features that they'd been incorporating. So I thought, well, you know, dumber things have worked. I'll try doing a full install of Windows 8 on what's old hardware anyway, and we'll see what we can come out of it. Maybe I'll get to where I can play a 3D Blu-ray again. You know, fingers are crossed.
Okay. So, I mean, basically, I'm not going to laugh. I'm just going to give you some sympathy because basically, with a passive 3D hooked up to any computer, whether it supports, you know, 3D or
with
not.
a 3D TV, yes, yeah. I'm using monitors, you know, that are. It's not like the 3D TV, and I think we've had that conversation before. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah, for a while you could get 3D monitors. Actually, now they may be coming back. You know, where you can actually get 3D monitors that are smaller than the 3D.
Yeah, well, that's what Mark used to have, right?
Yeah, but it's 10 years old, 15 years old maybe. Yeah.
And it broke on you, I think.
No, it's still going strong, but the last couple of times I started it up, when it first came on, it's flickering a little bit, and then it gets solid. So I'm expecting it to die any time here.
Okay. Yeah.
It's an LG though. It's been real reliable up till now.
Yeah. So Barb McAfee has some sort of 3D thing. I think it's Acer or something. He's not on tonight, but he often joins the meetings.
Yeah. It's kind of strange they didn't. Why not a monitor that would do both? I mean, it's driven by the NVIDIA 3D Vision thing, which is alternating frames, and why it doesn't have they just didn't put the technology into it to recognize a side-by-side and then do what your TV does.
Yeah, because my old 3D TV recognized
Yeah,
side by
my
side.
current 3D, which is 2011. You know, it's not new, but it'll sometimes it'll give me advice about a 3D image when it's just a very symmetrical composition on in a movie or something. Yeah.
So I have a little bit of a movie review. Another one of the Turbine Blu-rays is a movie called The Bad Guys. It's an animated feature, and I don't know when it came out. It's been out for several years, but we finally watched it last night. And the movie itself was cute. There were some good laughs, and I enjoyed the movie, but the 3D was pretty marginal. Some of the time I was thinking, is this really 3D? I was trying to see if there were actually layers of depth, because it seemed pretty flat. There weren't any exaggerated pop-out moments or anything. It was very subtle. But it is a cute movie, though.
Okay. So, I suspect what's going to happen is the 3D conversion is just going to keep getting better and better, where, you know, you're going to be able to basically take a movie that isn't officially 3D and just do your own conversion.
Maybe, yeah.
So Owl 3D, which is what I use to convert my photos or images. I shouldn't call them photos because they're not really photos, but images. That will convert video as well. So if you think it did a good job on converting the photos, and I don't mean perfect, I mean pretty good, it can do an equivalent job on movies.
Herb, I started using L3D after you recommended it, and I really appreciate you recommending that. I pay the $9.99 a month for it.
Yeah, it's much cheaper than Immersity, and it doesn't come with any limit. So Immersity, you pay a certain amount and it gives you a certain number of credits, which is basically a certain number of conversions. And basically what I've been doing is I've been just converting everything I want to convert because, I pay the monthly fee and there's no limit on what I can convert.
Maybe I'll go from Immersity to OWL when I get back from the convention.
Yeah. The other thing is, basically, there's if you, I have, I think I had an article in Stereo Views, and I think there's also information in the Midjourney Cats on what the pricing model is. But basically, if you pay a nominal price, I think it's the $9.95 a month, I'm not sure, you can convert up to HD video and no watermarks, as much as you want. No monthly limit.
I'm not sure if my graphics card is good enough for it. That was the one thing.
Okay, that is of course, because it basically does the processing using your own computer and GPU. It doesn't do it in the cloud. And so if you're using a Mac, you have to use an M1 or newer Mac. So the Intel Macs don't support OWL 3D. I don't deal with PCs, so I don't know what the minimum requirements are for PCs. But
yeah, I've got a PC, so I'll have to find out about that.
I've got it on 2 PCs, and they do not charge extra for having it on more than one PC.
Can I be your third PC, Lee?
Sure, Peter.
Well, that's interesting that it uses the graphic card to do its work, because I've heard of graphic cards being used that way. I've just never had an application that did that, or at least did that in a way I understood.
yeah, so basically graphic cards have basically a special computer in them. They're called the GPU, or Graphics Processing Unit.
Yeah.
And so a GPU, think of it as a CPU, except it's optimized for processing graphics, doing the types of things that you would want to do if you're doing graphics. In other words, as opposed to, it's not oriented toward mathematical operations, it's oriented toward graphical operations. So basically for doing things like that require animation. For example, if you're using After Effects